Hi folks, I'm Rockin Henri from the Netherlands, and I'm going to tell you something about songwriting. Being an amateur songwriter myself, I used to write my songs using a pen and a paper. But nowadays we have other possibilities to write songs. We can use software for the purpose. But first of all, let's have a talk about songwriting itself. To my humble opinion, you can't learn writing songs. If you like to write good songs, you need talent, you need feelings. And of course there are a lot of websites and books out there in which you can learn songs, but then actually you learn the techniques to write a song. But you can't learn talent, you can't learn feeling. So if you write songs, you need feeling and talent to do so. Compare it with music. Let's take rock and roll for example. There are a lot of party bands and conservatory bands out there who play rock and roll, but actually they play the techniques of rock and roll. But if you take rockabilly bands, these bands play rock and roll with feeling. They play rock and roll by heart, because for them rock and roll is a lifestyle, and that makes the big difference to party bands, conservatory bands. The same goes for songwriting. If you like to write good songs, you write about topics you've experienced in your life. So you write with feeling, and of course you need talent to write songs. But that's completely different with just writing songs using techniques. To my humble opinion, a good songwriter is not a songwriter who writes hits, but a songwriter who writes evergreens. Because every good songwriter is able to write hits, but not every good songwriter is able to write evergreens. The only thing you need to write hit songs is music industry behind you that pushes you and that pushes your songs. But if you take evergreens, evergreens are made by people, not by the music industry, and that's the big difference. So that's why I say a good songwriter is not a songwriter who writes hits, but a songwriter who writes evergreens. Hits are made by the industry, evergreens are made by the people. They like to hear over and over again that same song, and that's the difference. Well, let's have a talk about the software you can use for songwriting. There's several software out there you can use. For example, software to translate your singing into a microphone into music notes. But there's other kind of software you can use to write your own songs. And that software is the software I'm going to show you right now. The software I'm talking about is Songsmith, and actually it's based on GarageBand of Apple. I also have an Apple computer next to me, but I still didn't have the time to play with GarageBand, so that's why I'm going to tell you something about Songsmith. Songsmith is a very simple kind of software. It's just a scratch pad, no more, no less. It's just a simple way of translating your ideas you have in your mind into music. The only thing you have to do is sing it into a microphone, and Songsmith will accompany your singing with backing music, and that's all. Well, let's have a look at a tune I previously recorded just by singing into a microphone, and then Songsmith added some backing music to it. It's a song about a hook, and if you know something about songwriting, then you know that a hook is that part of a song that makes a song a hit. So I made a song about that topic and I called it I'm a Hook. Well, let's have a listen to Songsmith, what Songsmith did with my singing. I'm a hooker, hey baby, hooking. Yeah, yeah, baby, I'm hooking. Yeah, yeah, baby, I'm beating part of the song. You remember me for long. You snap your fingers and tap your feet to this melody with the rhythm beat. It's me that's gonna make the song a hit, and you spend all your savings to get it. I'm a hugger, yeah, yeah, baby, I'm a hugger, yeah, yeah, baby, I'm gonna get you here. It's me you're gonna hear. I'm a hugger, yeah, yeah, baby, I'm a hugger. Yeah, yeah, baby, I'm repeating part of the song. You remember me for long. Oh, oh, oh. This was a song I had in my mind, I'm a Hook, and I just translated it into some music with Songsmith. This is the way you can easily write your own songs, and that's what I like to show you with this small video. I'm Rockin Henri, your rock and roll buddy, and I hope I have encouraged you to write your own songs. Bye!